Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the Lonesome Guild demo. It's a kind of beat 'em up looking action RPG where you can swap between 6 different characters and the ghost that you can see here on the left. And that's functionally mostly what I know about it. It's a world consumed by loneliness, but also mist. And I guess you're fighting back against that, which sounds neat. But it's made by Tiny Bull Studios and published by Don't Nod, who were kind enough to reach out and sponsor this video. I should also mention that the demo is available right now. So if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. I don't actually know how long the demo is going to be up for. I'm going to assume probably the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. And I guess a fun thing is that the progress from the demo carries over to the full game, so you can play it now and then continue on where you left off when the game actually comes out. I don't think there's a release date yet, but sometime soon. Our tale begins with a light in the sky, a lone shooting star sailing through the heavens of Ater. A world full of wondrous marvels and mysterious dangers. This is no ordinary celestial phenomenon, but an entity searching, desperate to find something it could not even name. So maybe we're not a ghost, maybe the character looks like a ghost on the main page, but maybe we are a star. A ghost star? Moon's haunted. It sailed over vast dark mountains, enrobed in deep swaths of ever-present snow. And above the dwellings of the hardscrabble folk who dared dwell in the shadows of such looming stone giants. On it sailed towards a city as slick with new paint as it was with rain, dominated as much by authority as it was the shadows of its people's past. The light began to feel the stirrings of despair, for no matter where it went or what it saw, nothing seemed enough to fill the void within itself. Even the sky through which it traveled, full of beautiful stars and glittering galaxies, proved to be no comfort to the lone comet. In desperation, the light felt itself calling out, seeking an answer, and finding nothing. Only the silence of the heavens surrounding it, and in that moment, it knew the name of the ache within itself. Loneliness, that was the word that came to it, as if floating up from a deep well. Tormented by the knowledge, the star drove down, out of the empty sky, seeking a cure for such an emotion. What the light desired was nothing alien or strange, but simply a wish for friends, something longed for by many before it, and countless since. And so, with the star's fall, the curtain rises on this tale of loneliness and friendship, desperation and love, despair and hope. Da Vinci. I could have sworn this is where that comet landed. Admittedly, it's been an excellent distraction from the recent setbacks, but perhaps... Oh, what's this? Sparks! I thought the mist was a simple meteorological phenomenon, but just being near it gives me a feeling of anguish and dread. What on Ater is this? Whatever it is, it appears to be advancing rapidly, so I believe the best plan for me is to retreat more rapidly. Well, you are a rabbit, so this should be pretty easy. Never mind. Okay, so I'm assuming we're kind of more of an engineer. I mean, assuming those absolutely wickedly large goggles. On one hand, they're pointing in opposite directions, but I guess rabbits always have their eyes kind of pointed in different directions. No, it's all around me. How? Oh, what do I? Oh dear. Now, do I have a? Okay, I have a dodge roll. I have a. Well, I pressed Y and something happened, but I think it was cutscene. Of course his name's Da Vinci. I've got a goofy flying backpack. Well, that didn't work. Are we a space ghost? Hello? Are you alright? Or, wait, What on a tear are you? I don't know. It's all so blurry. I don't know where I am or how I got here. Well, you're up and talking, so I suppose that's something. Are you some sort of translucent, but you're translucent, quite peculiar. Are you perchance a ghost of some sort? I don't know. I don't remember anything before just now, except... Inside the mist, I felt so alone. It was horrible. Pain, fear, it hurt so badly. It was like I was being torn apart, scattered in all directions. But then I heard something, a voice, your voice. Oh, it sounded like it was coming from somewhere else, somewhere less painful, so I followed it. This is a bit forward, but there was something that fell from the sky and struck this area a few weeks ago. I wonder if that might have been you. But I beg your pardon, I'm Da Vinci, inventor, scientist, and I must thank you for clearing the mist, possibly saving both of our lives. I don't know if it would kill, but that feeling might be worse than death. But you're very welcome. I'm just glad I could help. The mist's closing again. You need a name, but now's not the time for formalities. Can I just call you Ghost for now? I guess that's okay. Clearly not my best work, but there's no time. Let's hurry. Alright, so we now have two different characters. Ghost joins the party. Okay, so I can swap between these characters. I do not know... Oh, I can tell them to wait, too. So if we need them to do puzzles and stuff. Okay. Oh no, that block is in the way. Push. That is impossible for me. I mean, makes sense. You are, in fact, Ghost. I was kind of hoping the Ghost could just, like, zoop through it, but I guess that wouldn't make any sense because we just leave Da Vinci behind. What? Ghost eyes. Are these just... Are they guinea pigs? Are they capybaras? Like, what is with the weird guinea pig capybara hoodlums? Base attack, dodge with iframes, and we can also use skills. Damn, that's quite the skill. Okay, so my abilities have a cooldown based on attack. Oh, didn't kill that one. Okay, there's an experience-based leveling system. Sparks, that was incredible, but what just happened? I don't know, it felt like we joined? Sorry, it was an accident. No need to apologize, we're quite the duo. 2 minds, 1 will. Oh dear, the mist's right behind us. Let's move. I'm trying to think of ghost possession stories in movies that I've read, and most of them usually are just bad. Ghost just body snatches somebody and that's it. We get a salad. Anything else around here? No, not really. I dig this. It reminds me of games that I would have played like on the, honestly, GameCube. You know, kind of the, I want to say exactly like arena brawler RPG style games, but I mean, it's kind of in there. Games that I would have enjoyed like super thoroughly as a small child, mostly. For the, I guess, soft visuals, but it's neat to see kind of those old style of games being modernized. You know, it's kind of just like light little indie RPGs. Oh no, it looks like someone else is trapped out here. Can we help them? Oh, delightful. 2 more people. Or a person and a thing? Did you have any plans to die today? Because it looks like that's what's about to happen. Don't give up quite yet, good sir. My companion and I may be able to alleviate the danger somewhat. Excuse me if that isn't exactly inspiring a rush of confidence or goodwill in my heart. I believe we'll require some assistance, however. Unless you find sitting and waiting death preferable to aiding our endeavors. Alright, alright. Let's get ourselves out of this mess. Alright. Mr. Fox has joined the party. I'm assuming that's not his actual name. You can swap characters at any time, switch and wait, and follow. Cool. Okay, so... pretty sure can't do anything with that lever. Let's see where he goes. Right. Release that, because we no longer need it there. Not back to follow, because I don't know if the ghost can even do anything in this. And we have barrels here. Save the trapped fox tray. Huh. Oh. Oh, I see. That's a one-off lever. Green ones don't reset. Back we go. I guess I should be rolling around at the speed of sound. Never liked this forest much, but that awful mist is something new. Indeed, these woods are certainly full of peril, especially with that miasma. Maybe that cooperation is the key to our survival. Yeah, I'm not wild at the thought of company, but you got a point, and I guess I owe you. Why, I wouldn't dare to imagine it on such grim transactional terms. I'm simply proposing an alliance to see us safely through this wood. But if we are to be companions, I'm Da Vinci, inventor, mechanic, and astronomer, and this is my new friend, Ghost. Huh. I'll admit I wasn't paying much attention back there. What with our lives in danger, but you're a strange kind of thing, aren't you? Excuse me, I'm not a thing. I don't know what I am exactly, but please don't call me that. Fair enough, sorry about that. You can call me Mr. Fox. That should do well enough for our purposes. Even though you helped me out of that situation, I know the Cricklewood well, and you seem like you could use a guide. That would be marvelous, but what brought you here to begin with, if I may ask? Not that it wouldn't be fun to chat about our lives, but we're not exactly out of harm's way here. Oh, Gears, you're quite right. Let's hurry and be on our way then. I will admit on a, slight, well, I don't want to say, narrative level, why can't they just chat as they walk around? I've seen so many games that are just no time to talk, and then they're just, wandering around doing puzzles. Okay, so what's Mr. Fox have? Bow and arrow. Okay. Actually does way more damage with those claws. And yeah, nice to see all of my party members are actually just active participants too. So I'm not just on my own. The only person who has to worry about taking damage, however, is me. It looks like my allies auto-dodge. Well, that's nice. Let's see. Joining up with Ghost is amazing, isn't it? Sure, but keep them out of my thoughts. Ghost is just it's only yakety sax in there. I don't know what he's so afraid of. Fox is they should never know. I just want that at some point where it's the character is terrified of somebody reading their mind, and it's entirely just because their thoughts are just dumb. Ow. Worth it. Got stuck for a minute in that. Yeah, so they won't use their special skills. Ow. I wonder if I heal between fights. I certainly hope I do. Also, I guess Mr. Fox is taking damage. So it's not that they're totally immune to being harmed here. Eh, well, that's fine. Who are these people attacking us and why? They call themselves exiles, and they're really territorial. But are they guinea pigs? Also, we don't heal, so I'll keep that in mind. And, oh, well, we heal at save points, though. So does that make this a little soulsy, then? Aha, it seems this area is blessedly free of that awful mist. I believe we should be safe, at least for now. What a charming little spot, just the place to recover after a battle and have a chat with one's companions. An old fox tray rest spot made for any wandering folk to have a safe place to put up their feet for a while. They're pretty much all over a tear. How thoughtful. I, for one, could honestly use a break. Do you think it's safe to have a bit of a sit-down for a while, Mr. Fox? Yeah, I don't see why not. You on board, Wisp? Betting you don't really need things like rest, but us mortal suckers aren't so lucky. Sure. I'm happy to take a break whenever you need, and I'll keep an eye out for more spots like this. So rest spots, so we can progress saved, health is restored, engage in dialogue with your companions, which is a chance to strengthen your relationship with them. So in this game, you more or less level up by increasing your friendships with other people, which is charming. Flames, warmth, and good company. If only we'd bottle it for later moments, huh? I wonder if that bundle will manage to be quiet for once while it's resting. Nope. Oh, it's roasting carrots. My goodness. I can still feel myself tingling from that joining before the fight. Truly a remarkable experience. It's interesting. Nice to be faster, hit harder and all that, but not a big fan of feeling like there's a passenger in my head. I promise I'll never read your thoughts or anything. I don't even think I can. Being joined for me is more feeling impulses and echoing them. Dear me, I'm sorry not to have asked earlier, but how are you, Ghost? You seem a little overwhelmed after that first battle. I can handle it. Thanks, but I think I did pretty well. It was tricky to learn how to interact with the physical world. So you're really new to all this. But you adapted that quickly. That's pretty impressive. Unfortunately, between the mist and those exiles roaming around, we need to use every advantage we've got, including that power of yours, Wisp. Right. I'll do my best. I hope that'll work. Of course it will, Ghost. Why, with your skills, my wits, and Mr. Fox's swiftness, I'm certain we'll be unbeatable. Easy, Bun. A little confidence is helpful. Too much and we'll end up in way more trouble than we need to. Let's keep our eyes open. Okay, so we gain relationship points for the characters involved. Different choices can speed up different relationships. Strength of a companion's relationship with ghosts is reflected by by a relationship rank. You can see a character's relationship stats navigating the tree in the adventure menu. Okay, so once you have enough RP, you can rest at a rest stop and rank up. Da Vinci, I was thinking that I still have no idea who I am, and it's, you know, uncomfortable. Oh my goodness, you're right, I totally forgot. Oh, we've got to figure out who you are. Let me think. This is a crisis. Not only must we find your lost identity, but that terrible mist is swiftly spreading throughout the forest. Someone must know how to stop it. And who do you think will be able to help you there, Bun? We're not exactly in a metropolis here. No big centers of learning around. I actually don't know that many people. Let me think. Noelis Ark. Last I heard, he was heading to Arcolarium. He must be there now. He's the wisest person in the world. He's got to know what to do. Hold it. You want to go see the Herald? That means you have to go through the whole bloody forest. That's not the only way. There's a way. Trummel Porta, a tunnel built with great skill by a friend of mine, leads straight to Arcolarium. Arcolarium. Yeah, it is Arcolarium. I know that tunnel, Bun, but the one running it isn't exactly welcoming to visitors. I beg your pardon. But I'm certain my friend will give us safe passage. We'll be in Arcolarium in no time. Not fond of Noelis or his baddie religion, but at least Arcolarium is a better place to be than out here. Alright, Bun, we'll try your idea. Very well. Before you know it, we'll be strutting along safely on our way to the lovely town of Arcolarium. Hope Noelis can help with the mist and with me if he has time. I'm certain the Herald will be delighted to meet you. How could he not be? Let's shake out our wings and get going. Okay, so we've got the map there. I guess I might as well peek at it again. Locked gate. Yeah, it doesn't look like too much. I do appreciate a good map, though. Is that a giant button in the background? Alright, so now that we've taken a break, I guess let's get back at it. No reason for me to play as the ghost. Who do I want to... Actually, can I Can I? Okay, I can't swap characters. Well, can the ghost roll? Oh, it can zoom. So I can't pull up the map while I'm running around, but I can take a look at our relationship points. Spend skill points, bonds are locked. Okay, cool. So we have 0 relationship points with Da Vinci, but we do with Mr. Fox. So it increases arrow wisp damage, crit chance, saber shoot, slashes foes with a smoke cutlass, or scorching hunt, burns the ground, damaging foes that stay in the area, but it requires 3 skill points. Oh. So we have a couple of relationship points, but we do not have any skill points. So leave that for later. It does also look like the characters level up on their own. Oh, there's a chest here. How did I miss that? Okay, new enemy type. And am I doing even less damage? I have no idea. They do have pots on their heads. So maybe it's just a... Maybe they've just picked up more armor as we've gone along? Hard to say. I do really appreciate how most action RPGs don't have instance battles anymore. Not to say that, like, instance battles are that bad. Well, I mean, I guess it's an instance battle, but it's not like a whole separate zone and stuff. As a kid, that was always one of my biggest pet peeves. It was always slightly annoying going through a long loading screen just to get to a battle and then to leave said battle. And so it's kind of nice to just be, you know, just shoop straight into battles. I recognize that this is something that hasn't been like a thing for 15 years, but you grow up playing video games for forever and you kind of pick up a couple of preferences. I don't know. Anyway. Looks like the exiles are starting to take our intrusion into their territory more than a little personally. What do we do? We can't turn back, can we? Now that they've noticed us, not an option. Just try not to get stabbed, alright? Focus and watch out for their tells, just like before. Not exactly nuanced advice, but I shall try to do my best. Oh. So we can switch to do an Emblaze State for some bonus damage. Good to know. I was hoping to get all of them. Alas. I'm going to be taking a lot more damage, I think. Ow. Yeah, so we do a smidge more damage, at the very least. Okay, this guy's almost done. There we go. Yeah, the swapping feels pretty good. I wonder what happens when I have the full team of 6. As a merchant? Is that a merchant or another party member? Probably merchant. Okay, do we even want to go that direction? Let's put it off for a bit. I know this is like an alternate route. Okay, no more dialogue. Perfect. Yeah, mostly just I've been really happy over the last, like, I mean, honestly, 10 years, 5-10 years, that loading screens in general are slowly kind of going away. I didn't hate them, but there definitely were a lot of games that were held back really hard by the existence of long loading screens. Okay, so we do still level up. Earn experience regardless of battle participation. Oh. So we don't get access to these later sections of the tree. We get skill points from this. Got it. So increases wrench hammer damage, strength +3, last base attack damage does more. I have exactly 1 skill point. So flight of the bumblebee, fly through enemies dealing damage. I think I'm just going to go for strength +3. Hopefully that boosts the wrench hammer damage as well. Okay, where does this take us? Treasure chest. Handcrafted trinket. I don't know if this is stuff I can interact with, though. Oh, gives relationship points to a specific character. I see, so it's healing and some other stuff. And you can see their stats. Yes, we do have some level of equipment. So that is a system in this game. Okay, so now that I have a bunch of extra strength, just wait until they get closer. I was hoping to get all of them, but the bonus strength does. The bonus strength does in fact boost the wrench hammer ability as well. Yeah, so going for raw strength very much was the play. Because now Da Vinci actually hits really hard. There we go. I'm really bad at dodging, especially around enemy attacks. But I do appreciate... Let's see. Arrow Wisp damage, crit chance, or last base attack recharges skill by 2 instead of 1. Yeah, sure. Let's pick that up. Luckily, it doesn't seem to matter too much if I take that much damage at the moment. Red knitted mitts. Looks like Mr. Fox might have just equipped those. I'll check real quick. Is it heroes? Heroes. Ah. So you can see their abilities and equipments. So red knitted mitts increases strength by 2. I should probably even them out considering I'm being encouraged to swap between them freely. Can't talk, but we can rest. Okay, so big question is, we've cleared out that side area. Do enemies respawn? No, doesn't look like it, or at least not all of them. That actually makes taking damage even less impactful. What's this? Such a strange set. A bumblebud far from the sky, a fox tray with ice in his eyes, and beside him, a unique wisp. I'm Babas Yu, huntress of knowledge, explorer of language. Adventure is my pleasure, and a treat it is to meet you, yes. My goodness, the famed scholar and adventuress. I'm Da Vinci, a scientist, a tinkerer, and so on, and these are my companions, Mr. Fox and Ghost. We're headed to Arcalarium to see Noellus Ark, and hope he can help with this horrible mist stuff and tell me who I am. A dangerous force and a hidden history. 2 compelling mysteries, but the mist, I can tell you this: it is concentrated loneliness. Dear me, loneliness. All the more reason to stop it from hurting anyone. But how did an emotion become, well, deadly miasma? Of this, I fear I have no knowledge to share. I do not have a clue, but Noellus may help you. Of here and there, he knows much. What brings you out into the middle of the Crinklewood, Baba? This seems like an odd place for anyone to visit, even you. Indeed, the exiles seem in a foul mood. I refused their escort, and their retort was quite crude, to wreck my transport. But they were not too proud to disallow passage to my primary goal, Galliant Castle. It may be a ruin, but the ancient works in the library are quite lavish. Alas, that I can't grant you safe passage, but if you seek knowledge, perhaps we shall meet elsewhere. Yes, yes. But to the castle I must go, and if you could, Bumblebun, Foxtray, Wisp of Air, beware the wood and the mist, the loneliness, and take care. I think she was rhyming more than I was managing. Vinci, do you think Noellus Ark can help me? Of course, I can't think of a wiser being than the Herald. Can I actually cut through these? I can. Okay, there we go. We get Necklace of the Deeps. Oops, wrong one. Okay, heroes. What does this one do? Some magic. I don't know if either of these characters have magic. I'm assuming Mr. Fox might have more magic. I'll have to play around with it. I think I need to unlock more of the moves. Maybe it's that fire move that I was looking at earlier. Okay, that's the bridge that they broke. I guess let's go here. I really need like a vacuum move. Okay, yep, that extra strength really does make a difference. What is he doing? I have no idea. Okay. Yeah, take out the big guy. Roll back. Yeah, the damage booster from swapping is very worth it. Alright, doesn't seem like we have anything else. Another rest spot immediately. I guess I could have just kept forging ahead earlier. It's fine. Unexpected adventure. By my ears, but it's been quite an exciting journey so far, hasn't it? Oh yeah. Not only have we been fleeing for our lives from a terrifying and mysterious miasma, but also people who want to kill us. What a party. Well, it's not all been bad. I've got to make both your acquaintances and also met a famous scholar and adventurer. Our new pal doesn't have a lot of context getting in the way of their assessment. So what do you think, Wisp? How do you feel about the trip so far? It's been exciting. It's been so exciting. I mean, I still get worried when we're fighting, but there's so much to see, and I can't wait to meet new people. An exemplary attitude, Ghost. Why? If only more people approached the world with such wonder, I dare say it would be a better place. Definitely a more exasperating one, at least. Spirits save me from too many naive optimists. Say what you like, Mr. Fox, sir, but as a scientist, I find being prepared for wonder and surprise may be an optimal way to live. Well, regardless of the past, we have a bright future ahead of us. Soon we shall behold the bright banners and joyful citizens of Arcalarium. Oh, it's getting destroyed before we get there. Isn't it? So you keep saying. Me, I'll believe we can go through this tunnel fort when we set foot on the other side, no sooner. Da Vinci, thanks again for taking me to see Noel's Ark. But what are you going to do after we see him? Well, hopefully I will have the opportunity to spend time with my good friend Ron and acquire some supplies from my project. Just one project? I thought you had at least 15 going on all at once. You did introduce yourself as an inventor. Why, of course I do, but admittedly one does stand above the others, a flying machine. I was going to ask about that actually. All the bumblebuns I met have big fluffy wings. Guess that isn't you. Unfortunately, no. I was born with less than optimal wings, shall we say. But the flying machine I'm working on is far more grand. I plan to soar high into the sky, reach my beloved home of Alto Stratus, glorious city in the sky. Sparks, the moment my invention is ready, you and I shall embark on a voyage unlike any other. Be so happy to visit your home, Da Vinci. Yeah, I think I'll sit this one out. Flying's never been my thing, bun. But hey, send me a postcard. Is this going to be one of those games that we get an airship later? It probably is. Alright, so I was looking at the map, and I think it was here. Yeah, there's a little secret side area here. This map is actually trickier than I thought. This looks like a special flower. We get sunblades. I don't know what those are, but alright. And I think we can... Now I think we can go back and start making some progress the other direction. I think the one thing I would say about this game, it's a very minor complaint. Minor? I don't know. Mostly boils down to, I actually really wish this had local co-op. Like, this is 100% the kind of game that my brother and I would have played extensively as children. You know, just like on our GameCube together. We used to play a lot of like Phantasy Star Online or Gauntlet. You know, you're the first fox stray I've met. How old are... I should have probably thought about that. Oh well. But yeah, I played a lot of Phantasy Star Online, played a lot of Gauntlet. I got into Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I don't think he joined me quite as much. Mostly owing to the fact that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles was a little awkward to play because you had the... Oops. Interesting. So if you swap away as soon as the fire is over. Nope. Yeah, if you swap away as soon as the fire is over, you can actually cycle the buff on one character over and over and over again. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, good. It didn't interrupt. How old are? If we live longer, even if we live longer, it's still rude to ask someone's age. Is it? I guess? I've been this direction. Yeah, we've been here. Okay, I was wondering about that when I was looking at the map, and I was like, that area seems like I've been there. How did I not have memory of exploring that spot? And the answer is, oh, of course. I like the random button motifs that they keep bringing up here. But yeah, this seems very much like the kind of perfect gateway action RPG game to play with like a child or a younger sibling, or just a sibling, or somebody who's not a gamer. And it's probably too late in development for local co-op to be added, but like I sincerely would love to see it added all the same. As far as like the ghost hopping, all you need to do is just have it be that both players are playing as normal. You just press the button for your character to pull the ghost to you so you get the buff. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than that. Game development is hard, local co-op is difficult to implement, so on and so forth. Like, I very much recognize that being like, hey, local co-op is in and of itself like, maybe not an unreasonable request, but it's one of those where it's like, this is the most perfect local co-op game I've played in a very long time. And it feels like it's just tailor-made for it. Oh, did we actually have more conversations to have? No. So, yeah, we have a couple of side areas that we can't complete, but I think we got to come back to them in a second. On your travels, you encounter residents seeking aid, marked by quests. Oh, that's fun. Well, first, let's push the block. Is that a... Oh, it's a rat. Friends! You're friends, yes? Surely you can help a poor unfortunate merchant who had to toss aside their goods when waylaid by the most awful bandits. I cannot confront these exiles myself and demand my goods be returned. But if you are brave and kind, could you recover them and bring them back to me? I'd hate for you to have to go home empty-handed. We'll see what we can do. Just convenient side task here. I don't think we can get through this yet. Yeah, we've got to find another switch. I think it's specifically maybe part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, this reminds me of games that I played when I was a kid. I mean, very much is that comparison to Gauntlet. Well, maybe not Gauntlet. Gauntlet was weird. It's similar-ish. But definitely Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, down to how like the combat system works. But I think this is a lot more complex. Final Fantasy mostly just had magic. I'm really trying to aim that. If I can get the hammer to... If I can get the hammer smash to have... Let's see, if I can get the hammer smash to have... Ah, damn. Wasn't perfect. He's charging up his charge AoE. It's fine. And yeah, because of that, I can actually swap back to him and go back, even if I barely was in the fox. I did take a lot of damage for that, but once again, it's so easy to heal, it doesn't matter too much. It's a fairly low-stakes game. Lost goods. Anything else? No, it doesn't look like it so much. But yeah, this is hitting me so much in my, like, you know, tween nostalgia bone that I'm, like, pining for how things were. I don't know. Pining for that co-op experience. But I'll stop nattering about it. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, it's almost there. Here you go. I'm guessing these are yours? Yes, indeed. May the stars grant you blessings, friend. But here's my own gift to grant. May it serve you well. So we get complex mechanism. We get some relationship points. Anything else? I have no idea. Or maybe the complex mechanism is the thing. Nope. Okay, so if we do relationship, we do have another skill point. So crit chance. I think we actually save up the skill points and try out the magic. But I do think, for them at least, I'm going to go for the big hammer. Okay, increases the size of the wrench hammer. Nice. I was hoping that would be an option, because I really want to stack a bunch of enemies together and hit them. But it's difficult to pull off. Okay, so what else do we have around here? Oh, I should probably also go back for that other quest. Or not the other quest, the other chest on the other side of the quest zone. But first we had this zone. I like the fact that some of these are just hidden away, just a little bit. Okay, so what are the complex mechanisms used for? RP. Oh, I see. Yeah, so there's no point in banking them. As far as I can tell, they're only for those very specific characters. What are these? Permanently raises magic or strength. I'm going to use them now. There's no reason not to. We're getting stat up items as well. I actually like that. The meaningful progression systems for, you know, exploration, secret hunting, completing quests and whatnot feels good. Seashell ring, probably extra defense. Probably should put it on Da Vinci considering how much I'm face tanking here. No increases health. I'll take it. Shame I have to go heal though, but that's hardly a problem. Okay, we rest. We have no other quest. So if I take a look at this, I think we've seen everything. Yeah? Except for what's on the other side of that locked door with the log. I'm going to give that another, like, quick ogle, just because that felt so singularly important, but I don't think I've found a key for it, so... It was here. Because, yeah, we've got this locked door. I mean, I could have missed the key somewhere. In this whole zone, but no. Yeah, I don't know how I'd get in there. Maybe it's inaccessible until later. Come back to the region. Or there was a really obvious key that I just completely missed in a nook or a cranny or a who knows where. One way or another. Or maybe we get it here. Aha! The fortified gateway I previously mentioned. My friend should be happy to let us through to Arcalarium. Observe. How do you not notice the graffiti and signs? Hello, Ran, it's me, Da Vinci. Just like I heard, nobody gets through that passage. I doubt this friend of yours is going to bend that rule for us. Preposterous. He's a fellow inventor. Of course he would. Huh. Wisp, that door shouldn't be a problem for you. Think you can phase through and tell us what's on the other side? Alright, I'll try. Oh no! Going through things feels so awful. I'm so alone there. I can't be alone, not again. It's alright, Wisp. I'm not really sure what that would have gotten us anyhow, but I think we've exhausted our options here. Nonsense. Perhaps I simply need to apply more force to my knocks. Hello, Ran, are you there? See? Told you that would work. We should be headed to Arcalarium in no time at all. I don't know there, Bun. That sound was coming from behind us, not in front of us. And it didn't sound friendly to me. Whatever it is, it's almost here. What is that thing? Sparks! That seems like my friend's creations. Trumblings! But a giant one is new to me, and so impressive. Hello, fantastic automaton. It's me, Da Vinci. I'm a friend of your creator. Is it friendly? I highly doubt it. I don't think it intends to let us leave either. Oh, well, I imagine you're a busy fellow. I hate to take up any more of your time, so we'll be leaving now. If you could, let us go. But I don't know what's happening. They were never this aggressive before. Oh, they were never aggressive like this before. So glad we came here. Clearly your friend thinks so highly of you that he sent out his best creations to smash us. I guess if we try to work together, we might be able to get out of this situation. This is cute. Hitting enemies with base attacks or skills charges the ghost bar. While ablaze, the charge amount is increased. When it's full, you can unleash the ghost power with Y. Powerful attack hits all enemies, causes extremely high damage. Does not reset at the end of combat. Okay, so that's our ult. Oh, he did actually get out of that. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to use the ghost meter if I can. Okay. Every once in a while I notice, when I, like, roll or something with ghost mode, it, locks me in place for just half a second. It's not really a problem because I can immediately roll right out of it. Okay, let's see this Unity attack. Well, pff, that took it out quick. Frost my ears. I had no idea ghosts had that kind of power, or whatever it is you are. I have no idea, or I have no clue how I did that. I felt your presence as if we were one being, and a really strong energy that I needed to use it. Well, I applaud your good judgment in doing so, and clearly, Mr. Fox, our skills work exceptionally well when they're combined. I'd say what's most clear here is that regardless of whether your friend wants us here or not, we can't go through to the Trummel Porta. Sparks, it seems we need to take the secondary route after all. Through Galliant Castle. Baba Siu's crazy enough to go through there because she knows the exiles won't hurt her, but we're not that lucky. But we've made it this far, and you've seen what we can do when we work together and focus on an objective. We're unstoppable. Fine, I still owe you. Not like I got a better plan. Or anything to go back to, and that fog suggests trouble ahead. Not exactly the enthusiasm I was hoping for, but I'll take it. Come, friends, let's redirect our steps to Galliant Castle and Arcalarium beyond. Huh, demo continues. I actually thought that would be the ending point. Maybe it's when we poke our heads into the next zone. I'm so glad that you can just chain roll faster. Ooh, that's a pretty little vista. Oh good, it actually even forces us to stop too. By the only one, what a view! This vista is so tremendous it almost makes the danger here to get here all worth it. Yeah, Seems like this gives you a sense of how big the world really is, that we only see a fraction of it every day. It's new to me, but somehow familiar. I feel like I can feel all the memories that have been made here grouped together. Yet this experience stands alone. Yes! Why, that's it. A group. Our little group has done so much. Why, we deserve a name. Something bigger than each of us individually. A guild. What? That's a group of people practicing the same trade. We're all completely different, almost in every single way. Yet we're all bound together by a goal, to find out what's causing that awful mist, loneliness, and stop it, no matter what stands in our path. We are singular in our pursuit, defying the odds. With all that in mind, I believe there's no choice but to call us the Lonesome Guild. Ah. There's the title card. They said the thing. They said the thing. I actually really like it when games do that. Games, movies, TV shows, it doesn't matter. I'd say that doesn't even make sense, but being this is from someone who named a ghost, I shouldn't be surprised. Sparks, I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't even thought to reevaluate your name now that we're out of danger. Do you have any ideas what you'd prefer? I guess I kind of like how it is. I mean, Mr. Fox is obviously not his name, but it kind of works. Why not Ghost for me? Splendid! Ha, it feels fantastic to have this sorted. Ghost and the Lonesome Guild. Hey, I never agreed to... You know what? Forget it. I'm not going to waste my time arguing with dolts. Let's keep moving. Indeed. Lovely as this scene is, we've got quite a journey ahead of us. Lonesome Guild, let's go. Oh, and it still keeps going. That really feels like the perfect spot for a demo to cut off. But hey, I don't mind it. I really like this aesthetic too. It's kind of that like... It's not low poly. It's not cartoony. It's not high definition. Welcome to Galliant Castle. Be welcomed in the presence of His Majesty the King, and obey the laws of the land and the only one. Button fountain. By the only one. Would you look at this place? Despite the wear and tear, this castle is in remarkable shape. Who's the only one you keep talking about? Well, the only one is the supreme being of Eter, who watches over all of its people, and Noelis Ark is their herald. Every 100 years or so, a chosen one is selected from each of the kin of Eter and elevated to godhood to watch over and guide their people. They call that the Ascension, but that's enough theology for now. We should get moving, and let's hope the inside of the castle is free of scorch marks as the outside. Scorch marks? Is that why it's abandoned? What happened here? A lot of grim events took place in Galliant Castle, Wisp. You'll probably learn more than you want as we pass through it. Now, what is this thing? A spike bloom, which is probably, if I had to guess, a stat-enhancing flower. Increases max health. You know what? I'll give it to Mr. Fox for the time being. At least in that regard, I kind of want them to be even. Mr. Fox was in front of me and I had to push him out of the way, and it looked very goofy. But yeah, it's this kind of not quite cartoony aesthetic that works really well for a game like this. I mean, I guess the characters are cartoony, but the environments themselves are not. And I struggled to put like a name to the style apart from cartoony adjacent. It's weird. Art styles, especially when it comes to like modern video games and like the aesthetics chosen, it gets a little murky when you get off the beaten path a little bit. But I'd actually say this is like a very well-trod path. Like this is very much, weirdly enough, I'd call it GameCube HD, which is not really what it is, but that's the only thing I can think of for describing it. Gallant crowned sculpt, Hara core builder. Galliant's noble form, commemorating the moment His Majesty accepted the crown and rose from knight to king. I love being able to just mash B a bunch of times to get around. It's great. I also love these illustrated cutscenes. Or not cutscenes, loaded screens. Like, I did speak some distaste for load screens, but it works well in this one. Hello, you look like not a friend. Please be friend? Oh, goodness, pardon us, we didn't mean to intrude. A Scalemoid warrior. Oh, as in like Samoyed, but Scalemoid. That's unusual. You working for the folks squatting here, stranger? No, I am Sapalin, and these foes have attacked me a few times already, but they cannot stop my quest to reach Arcalarium. Quest? You're on a quest too? Yes, I seek my sister. She vanished from our village a long time ago, and her trail has led me towards Arcalarium. Sparks, we're on our way there as well. We're hoping to speak to Noella's Ark about this mist business, and see if we can help our friend Ghost here. The Herald is in Arcalarium. I was one of the previous chosen, and would ask him of the failed ascension. And perhaps he can help me find my sister. Sadly, this door, the path out of the castle to Arcalarium, is closed tight. Even with all my strength, I cannot budge it. Must be a way to open it around here. Let's find the key we need to open the door. Then we can all get to Arcalarium. I must remain here, as I cannot risk missing my sister if she comes this way. But if I may aid with answers, ask me whatever you wish. I bet the sister's the party member. Wait. Who is this guy? I hope he's not dangerous. Eyes open. Looks very strong. Oh, I see. That was before we talked to them, though. Ooh, it's nice to relax, and the fire is so pleasant. But you can't even feel warmth. Why would you even care about fires, Wisp? It gives my friends warmth. I don't feel warmth, sure, but you and Da Vinci do. I like that my companions are comfortable. What a thoughtful thing to say. I've always believed it quite noble to think of others. That or naive. It's a bit odd for someone with no connections. Must our conversations turn dark? Why don't we focus on our fortunate position? Halfway through Crinklewood, warm and safe. I take issue with the word safe, being that this is an enemy stronghold, but fine. It's nice to be warm, whatever the reason. Argument resolved. That was easy. Within the ruins. So, what do you think is waiting for us deeper in the ruins? Excellent question. This is a relic of the Age of Castles, after all. Incredible frescoes, intricate stonework. Not to mention a lot of security, probably based on knowledge of the noble houses. A lot of big egos in that era. Fortunately, I'm somewhat of a scholar of that time period, and all the Curliquill nobility. Should a puzzle try to halt our progress, well, any trivia that great Curliquill houses will quickly fall to my intellect. So we're relying on the Bumblebun being a big nerd to get us through this place. I'm oddly comforted by that. Why, thank you. I choose to take that as a compliment. I really actually do like these characters. How to describe it? This could have just been a really basic hack and slash action RPG, and it would have been fine, passable. You know, maybe not the most, like, exciting or advanced or anything like that, but the extra elements of, like, some character building, but especially the lore, the character development, the fact that you have conversations, unlike, let's say, like a BioWare-style conversation where you get points based on, like, the correct choice. It's either you really do just favor one character or another. I do find that maybe a little cynical because, you know, it's just like, oh, I need more relationship points with the fox to level them out. However, I do also get a bunch of items that can do that as well, so I don't know. Aha! One of the rumored puzzles of the castle-era Curliquills. Fascinating. Do you think the folks here keep mechanisms in proper working order? Not sure, but I have a feeling you'll get to ask them if we hang around here long enough. Or too long. Oh, really? Do you think they'd want to detail their maintenance techniques? What I meant was if we stay here too long, enemies will show up and try and kill us. Oh, then it's definitely time to put our heads together and make sense of this puzzle. I don't see any other clues. They're all just kind of pointed directions. Oh. Is this even a puzzle? It is not. I'd definitely say, maybe not the most, I was like overthinking that one super hard for a moment. Oh, good. More unit types. It still feels like we're just murdering a bunch of guinea pigs here, which is kind of amusing to me. Okay, I guess in retrospect, the archers are probably going to be a little bit more dangerous since I actually have to worry about their projectiles from afar. But that's okay. Okay, anything else? Notice when you open the door, kindly leave the key. Our troops keep being left out here for days, and I very much like for that to stop. Torvido. Out here for days. Wow. This is a not well-managed place. Okay, so we can also see the rest of the map, places to go, things to do. Alright, well, I think this is more or less a good stopping point. Obviously, I apparently can keep going. I was not expecting this to have this much content. That bridge really did feel like the perfect stopping point. Now I'm like, you ever have that when you go to like a party or something, or you're hanging out with friends and like you need to go, but you're kind of slow about it, and then the conversation moves back to something you're interested in? Oh, I see, it's just active. And so you kind of miss your opportunity to leave, so it's more awkward to just randomly leave. It's like, oh, yeah, we're talking about something cool I like, or we're actually doing something now, but I still gotta go, so bye. And maybe that's not that bad, but I have just enough social anxiety where, I've tried to reasonably time my exit, so it's not, like, overly strange. Dark Quill Cuff. Okay, looks like I might be able to slot something on the, okay, slightly raises defense. Might be able to slot something on the ghost at some point, but I don't think we have access to that yet. Sparring ground is key. And so, feels like I'm kind of there. I get there every once in a while with a video where I'm just like, oh, yeah, the time to stop was like 5-10 minutes ago, and now we've actually started things, and it feels like maybe I should investigate a little bit further. And the answer is, nah. Now we've seen our great vista, and I want to save the rest for when the game comes out. What is that? I suppose it's too much to hope it's friendly. I wouldn't count on being that lucky, Bun. Be ready for anything. I do appreciate actually seeing the new unit types. Yeah, that doesn't sound friendly to me. We should get ready for a fight. Ow. Deserved. Wow, that does a lot of damage. I didn't think I was going to be within range. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can kind of face tank, but there's definitely a certain point where it becomes not safe to do so. Okay, there we go. Alright, I do have the super ghost nuke, which is a bit of a surprise. I was expecting there to be the shark thing. What was that? I have no idea. Alright, whatever. I think at this point, I should head back to a save point. I was expecting there was something under the leaves, but maybe it was just the guinea pigs after me. Again. I feel kind of insane saying that. You know, just the idea of being haunted or hunted by guinea pigs in any capacity is extremely funny. Anywho, let's save. Yeah, don't have anything else to talk about. Well, let's go back to the main menu for the moment. So, might as well mention once again that the Lonesome Guild demo is available on Steam now, so if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. Okay, I thought it was going to, like, toss us into a trailer. But no, just this very pretty title screen of white. I really like the fact that the line art fades in first, followed by the rest of the illustration. So, it does look like we actually have one of the guinea piggy people. Or capybaras. I really cannot tell you which it is. But it looks like they do join us. As well as like a bird, an old anglerfish man, and yeah, that's probably the sister up there with a spear. because she doesn't look quite as hulking as the older brother. But yeah, 6 different characters to play around with. I'm assuming all with their own like unique skills and abilities and whatnot. I'm curious what the maximum level is and if you can see the entire skill tree or if you come up a little bit short. But that'll have to be answered when the game actually comes out, which I unfortunately do not know when the game is launching. However, I can say, yeah, once again, if you want to play the demos yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. And yeah, if it appeals to you and you just don't want to try the demo yet, you can also just go to the Steam page and add it to your wish list. And it'll, I mean, for one, it lets you know when the game comes out. And 2, it also helps the developers immensely as we're going into Next Fest season. And demos rank largely based on how many people have wishlisted them beforehand. And so it could be a huge help to this game or any other game that you wishlist leading up to and during those events because, yeah, it determines how high they rank, how many people see them, and generally how well the game does. But before I go, I should also say a very quick thank you to Tiny Bull Studios and Don't Nod for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you, it was a ton of fun, and it's nice to go back to games that very much remind me of the games that I played when I was a kid. I don't go back to old school kind of beat 'em up action RPGs that often, but it is really nice and honestly wholesome for this one to have that opportunity. So thank you. But I guess with that, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, I'll see you next time.